Hey, I'm Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute. I have a fantastic comedian from my neck of the woods. Lamarr Todd is here. Lamarr, thank you for
Hey,
being here, buddy.
hey, what's up, Scott? Thanks for having me on here, man. This
It's
is good.
my pleasure. My
All right.
neck of the woods, you're in Chester, Pennsylvania. Is that
Chester,
right?
PA. Chester, PA. Yes, yes,
Were you
yes.
born and raised in
Born
Chester,
and raised
PA?
in Chester, Pennsylvania. Yeah. You said
Yeah.
that's your neck of the woods?
Well, I used to manage the Sam Goody
I was
in
wondering where
King
your
of
neck
Prussia.
was.
Well, I used to live in
No,
Philadelphia.
I said I was wondering where your neck was.
Oh, oh, oh shit. Oh shit.
You said
Oh
that's your.
my
I
neck.
was like, wait, oh, that's your neck of the woods?
Oh,
Hey, I didn't even know.
no neck
Well,
having motherfucker.
hey,
Oh,
look,
Lamar, you got to start like that. What are you doing that for?
understand that Chester, Pennsylvania is dangerous, man. It's the hood. It's the ghetto.
Look. I know all about Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. All right, all right.
That's how I became an Eagles fan.
Oh, all right. Okay, okay.
I damn near got killed
Oh, okay.
at
All right.
the old vet stadium.
Oh, that sounds like the Philly spirit right there. Go
There
Birds.
you go.
Birds.
I spent Cowboys today.
Yeah.
We'll do all
Cowgirls.
right. But hey, let's try and get this thing on track. You got us off track with the no
Sorry
net.
about that, brother. Sorry about
That's
that.
all
Let's go.
right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Uh, so Chester, PA, born and
Yes.
raised in that area.
Born and raised in Chester, Pennsylvania.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
cool. When did you start doing comedy?
Started doing comedy when I was late 20s, man. I'm
Okay,
43 now. So I started doing comedy like let's say 2010
okay.
was my first paid gig. And
And do you
well, not paid gig. It was a first book gig. 2000.
was the question I asked follow up to that is was there a catalyst that said Lamar go do comedy? Was there something that or
Well,
like for me I was class clown? Was there something that or you just
well,
felt
yeah,
like that was
I've always been funny around my friends and stuff like that. But
right?
I like never had the balls to actually get on stage and do it in front of
Okay.
people. But then one year, like a bunch of shit just happened to me all at one time. I
Right.
uh, I got arrested. I
Yep.
had my kid's mom was pregnant with my first daughter,
Okay.
and I had a seizure like all in the same year. And like I thought I was gonna die of some shit, so I didn't know what was gonna happen next. So I was like, hell, I always wanted to do some comedy. So
Yeah.
and I had like a theater background and shit. So
Okay.
yeah, so I just went there to open mic and tried it out.
I've been arrested too, twice.
Oh yeah, okay. What you out there stealing? What you doing out there?
Hey, let's not talk about my funny
Yeah,
little
we
drinking
gonna leave
problem.
that alone. We gonna leave that
And the
alone.
DUIs and the
We gonna let the bodies lay where
tax
where they
evasions.
are.
Hey, enough about me.
Hey, you know enough about more about the victims.
Now stop it. Stop
What,
it. Come
what
on
else?
now, behave.
Let's
You've
go.
played all over the place. You just got done doing a Teachers Going Bad tour,
Teacher's going bad tour. Yes,
and
yes.
that you were all over. I couldn't believe
Yeah.
all the places you played.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I couldn't believe it myself, man. I've never been to these places, man. We did Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis, St.
Right.
Louis, Austin, San Diego,
Yeah.
San Antonio, all the sands. We did
And
it all.
and,
It
and
was
how was that? Was that your first getting around like that?
yeah, it was my first time on a paid tour where they paid for all my shit, my hotel, my flights,
Oh,
and
cool.
paid me on top of that. And I was able to headline in some major clubs, man, this year. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was dope. Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it in
On that.
pardon my ignorance, but is it different playing, say Austin, Texas versus playing St. Louis or, did you
Oh
adjust your
hell
set?
yeah, yeah. Nah, there's I mean, really, funny is funny, but you
Right?
still want to relate to them and where they are. And so every city, I try to visit the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Before I play,
get a little piece of
get a
what
little
yeah.
taste. Of it, you know what I mean? Like literally taste the food. You know what I mean? I'm going to smoke their weed in every town I'm at.
Yeah, me
Uh,
too.
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just want to listen to the music, the vibe over there, and then want to bring it to them. You know what I mean? If there's anything going on in the news or something like that that's
Right,
crazy,
yeah.
I'm gonna talk about that right there. If I
Okay.
experience anything crazy on the way, I'll talk about that. Other than that, I got a set that usually works at every club.
Okay. Well, as long as you've been doing it, I'm you're and I'm thankful to get you on the show because you're just a great. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff written down, but we touched on teachers. So you are a teacher, right?
Yes, I touched on teachers too. I fucked like three of them since I've been doing it.
No, no, no.
Oh, you talking about? Oh yeah, Yes, I am
Yeah.
also a teacher as well.
Jesus
I'm a
Christ.
teacher as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and the reason now, if you would stop and behave,
Okay. All right.
teachers,
Good.
teachers, I've had a few teachers on,
Yes.
and you get material from the kids.
Yes. Because I mean, the whole environment. It started out like making fun of the kids. You know what I mean? Like, hi, I'm a teacher. I'm
Right.
making fun of the kids. But as you widen the scope, everything is not the kids' fault. A lot of this shit starts at home. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
And with the parenting, and then you just can't blame the parents because sometimes they have to work extra jobs and stuff like that. They can't be there for the kids. Then you got the whole school system that's fucked up. You got administration that's crazy. You got the whole employment thing is crazy. Nobody wants to work, so we hiring anybody right now. You know
Right.
what I mean? So now I got to talk about that. So now I'm talking about employees. I'm talking about the actual students. I'm talking about the curriculum. I'm talking about the state. I'm talking about the country. I'm talking about demographics of race and everything. And I'm talking about pedophilia. I'm talking about
Yeah, you do a bit on that,
about
and
yeah.
I just need to interject because you maybe believe this, maybe you won't. My brother-in-law is black, and he's a teacher.
Okay. Well, all right. So I assume
And
that
no, wait, no, wait. Let me just because you touched on all those things.
your sister got a fat ass, don't she?
My
I
sister,
know. Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
sister does have a
yeah.
fat
I know she
ass.
got that fat
My
ass. So
sister does have a
you
fat
can't
ass.
get enough of that ass.
But now, Lamar, why do you keep doing that?
I'm sorry. All
Because
right, go ahead.
one thing you didn't mention about being a teacher
Yes,
that he presented to me that I was like, okay, I didn't think of that one. Where like you were this summer, you went on a summer comedy tour.
yes.
Well, he has a student that is Billy. And the next summer, summer goes by and come back, and now Billy's not Billy anymore.
Oh, oh, Billy transitioned.
And Billy transitioned.
Oh, so it's belay, belay now. Okay, don't they call me little Billy.
Oh, I'm gonna be in
I
trouble
like
on
it.
that one.
Okay, belay. Hey, how old was this kid?
Well,
Wait, what grade was this kid
you're
in?
now you're picking up what I'm putting down. That
Wait,
he
wait, wait.
said, imagine what that's like. You know, hey, oh, okay, hi.
What grade was this kid in?
Well, he teaches I want to say 8 through 12, so somewhere in that
Oh,
range.
okay. Wow,
Eighth
man.
grade through 12th grade.
Hey, it's happening, man. I'm seeing kids that, I mean, you went to school with kids that boys that were
I was that kid.
feminine or something. See, hey, there you go. See, I mean, so they existed there. It's just that now we have the internet. We got all this popularity. I mean,
Right.
we had kids that guys. We have girls. We just called them tomboys back in the day,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know what I mean and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes it's getting more extreme the way sometimes people are forcing it on the kids. I
Yep.
don't like that part. But
Well, I didn't mean to steer us down that way because we'll be serious and that's a very serious. And
nah, it's a serious issue. But I mean, anywhere where some serious shit, there's some funny shit too. You know
oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just,
So yeah,
it's like,
I talk about the real shit all day long, man, in my
right,
set.
right,
Like,
right. And I do too,
yeah,
because I think, like there, I'm being honest. My brother-in-law's black and he brought that up to me,
yeah, yeah.
and you're
Wow.
right. My sister does have a fat ass.
Yeah. Hey, that was an assumption, but
That's
I'm
a
pretty
given,
sure.
right? That's a
Right.
given.
Yes.
You were featured on NPR, a show called Snap Judgment,
Snap judgment. Yes.
just
Yes.
recently, and that's
Oh, that was dope.
kudos to you, man.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. That was my
That
second
was your
time on
second.
there
Yeah, go ahead and
this
tell the
year.
people.
Yeah, I was on there earlier this year too, on another show that they did. It was like for a 5 minute clip or a 6 minute clip that they did. It's crazy, man. I've been listening to NPR for years.
Yeah,
Black people
for
don't listen to
people that
NPR
don't
at all,
know,
really. They don't
NPR
even
is National Public Radio.
National Public Radio. It's the biggest radio station in America,
Yeah,
and because it's National Public Radio, they have about 10 million listeners. And yeah, it was dope, man. It was cool. Man, they
yeah,
did a little story on me, man, and they did a recent story just on me on the road, a bad road trip that I had when I first began in comedy, man. And we had some janky promotion going on, and yeah, there was some guns involved. It got crazy, man. It got wild. Yeah,
really.
yeah. A guy like promised that Kevin Hart was going to be at a book signing the next day at the show, and Kevin Hart was in Canada. And he put a tweet out saying I have nothing to do with the show, and they left the promoter that I drove to down south with. in a pickle, and yeah, we had to thug our way out of the situation. So
Well,
it's all in the story, man.
you went
Yeah.
ahead there, but you opened for Kevin Hart, right?
Yeah, I ended up opening up for him later on. Yeah,
Okay.
he's awesome. Yeah, that was an awesome
How
opportunity.
how was that? I'm always curious because I've had different people on that open for this one or that one,
Yeah,
and I'm not
I
only
opened up for
curious
him twice
about
actually. Yeah,
their
one.
performance, but how they treated you. How did
Yeah,
he treat you?
so the first time I performed with him, he didn't even know I opened up for him because he came. He just happened to come to the club afterwards, and he got on. And I didn't like shake his hand or anything like that. He was over in like a VIP and huddled with security and stuff around him. So I was like, all right, cool, I understand, big star.
Right, right, right.
And later on, the next time I was booked for a show at the comedy club, Punchline Comedy Club, and with a friend of mine, and his show got canceled. And they're like, why is the show get canceled? Because there's a special guest coming through. And then I get a phone call from my friend Two Ray. Shout out to Two Ray. He's a phenomenal comedian from
What?
Philadelphia.
Make sure we say it, and I'll hashtag it when I put this up.
Yeah,
What's his
that's
name again?
Two Ray. Two Ray.
Two, right? Okay,
He's the king of Philly comedy. I call him. And
okay.
this guy, he called me and texted me and said, "Hey, get down to Punchline tonight." And I knew I heard whispers that Kevin might be there, and I zoomed down there, and man, he had me open up for Kevin Hart, and
That's cool.
me
That's
out of
cool.
everybody in Philly, he picked me. So that
Yeah,
was awesome. Yeah, that was cool.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, let's
So
keep going that way because again, I wrote down my crack staff put stuff together. I don't know if it's right or not. Um, Besides playing the Apollo, which that's a major, again, kudos to you. That's
oh,
so
oh,
cool.
yeah, yeah. Dude,
But
that's
you've
funny.
also been featured on TV. You were on Fox. I know. I
On
saw
Fox, I was
Fox
just
29 there in Philly. I saw that.
shout out to Fox, man. They love, man. I love being up there, man. Sue Serio, Tom, everybody up there, man. They're involved, man. Yeah, whenever I have something going down, a big production, I go ahead and holler at Fox, and sometimes they might pull me in just to go ahead and have some fun.
Man, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I grew up in, I spent many years in Philadelphia, and when I saw that, you on A&E too? Is that right?
On A&E, man. A&E, I was on Selda's House. I was on there a couple of times. I was on there twice. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, Selda's House, man. I was on there actually critiquing houses like I knew what I was talking about or something. I know a little something about some sconces and stuff like that. You know what I mean? About some
Okay.
decks. Yeah, but yeah,
Right.
so I was on there just critiquing houses and just being silly on there, man, and
Yeah.
livening it up a little bit. That's all.
Boy, you've got a lot to cover here yet. Comedians that inspired you, when you were younger, and comedians you mentioned your buddy there, and comedians that you like now.
Yeah, man. When I was younger, man, I just like just silly, crazy stuff. I mean, really, a lot of things that inspire me that I still hold on to today are,
Okay.
I I say like kind of like cartoons more so, like
Okay, that's fine. Whatever
yeah,
it is.
yeah, and just wacky, zany kind of Simpsons type of stuff is in my head when I write. A lot of times,
Okay.
my performance, my actual physical stuff comes from a guy from Philly. He's known here in Philly. His name is Tommy Too Smooth, and Tommy Too Smooth. He does characters and stuff. So he told me how to like project my body to my jokes and stuff like that. I got that from him. And I want to say like crazy outlandish shit like that's shocking, and I get that from Corey Holcomb. I love him. He's always just saying shit that people want to say, but it's so crazy you would never say. And I relate that to the teacher shit. And the same thing with Joe Claire. That's another great comedian of mine. He plays well. He sounds dumb. He doesn't try to sound smart. That's what I like about him. A lot of comedians sometimes try to sound so intellectual and shit. And he's like, "What? I don't know. I mean, shit. If I know this, I know it's the truth. You know what I mean? Like that. You
Yeah.
know that type of flow. And so I kind of take that approach, and it's less pressure for me on stage.
I like that. The minute you started doing it, I started laughing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I love that.
And you can get away with things from just being dumb and saying things. It's like,
And
hey,
I watched some of your stuff. You actually do some voice and stuff too. You change your voice.
yeah. Every once in a while, if I'm doing a kid or if I'm doing an old person
Yeah.
or something like that.
I thought it was wild because it was like, I mean, all of a sudden this little kid's voice come out.
Yeah. So the thing is that I'm horrible with like with impressions and stuff like that. And I like I always if I try to do an accent like a Jamaican accent and turn African and from African to
Right.
Indian and it'll just like it's all over the place. So yeah, but voices I can do. I can do an old mechanic voice. I can do a young person voice. I can do a
You can
feminine
do a
voice.
couple. I won't be mad at you. You can do a couple voices if you like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't I do them under pressure when I have to
Yeah, okay. All right.
something like that. But
Well,
right
just
now,
pretend you're talking to me like an
I
old
can
friend.
do I can do one of you. You know, just pretend you're talking to me. Yeah, you know something that it sounds like you smoke ribs all day long. Just in
My
the back of
sister, I think
your
my sister got that fat ass.
you lucky she married. I just but all right now. Okay.
It reminds me when you do that, because I've had comedians on, and they mentioned Red Fox,
Ah,
and immediately I tear into the other day, my
yeah.
buddy of mine quit smoking, got run over by a tobacco truck.
I love some red, man.
Yeah.
Red is the king. Red is the
Harlem
king.
Nights is my favorite movie of all
Oh
time.
my
I
god,
know every line from the beginning to the end.
man! How about this? I didn't see Harlem Nights until the pandemic,
You know,
and like my friends were looking at me like, "What the hell? You never saw Harlem Nights?" I'm like,
yeah,
"Oh
boy.
yeah, it's one of those movies." When I was a kid, so my dad was a minister, man. I wasn't allowed to like watch movies,
Okay, all right, that explains it.
all the language and stuff like
That
that. So
explains
I
it.
saw
Yeah,
like
that movie's just filled with. I'll try and match you. And not that we're in a pissing contest, but I did an interview with a young black guy, and I said to him, "My favorite movie of all time is Harlem Nights," and he goes, "Was that some stupid white movie?"
oh wow,
I just sat
wow.
there. I thought, "Oh my God, you didn't just say that."
First of all, the title is Harlem
Yeah.
Nights. That's two black things right there in the title. Harlem and Nights. You
He
can't get
said,
that together.
I'm telling you, Lamar, I just about fell off my chair because he was a smug little asshole.
Yeah. Oh my
And
God.
then what he said was that some
Wait, who
stupid
is this?
white
Who is
movie?
this? I need the names now. I need the name now, Scott.
No, we ain't
Who
getting
is it?
out
Who is
there.
it, Scott? Nah,
What?
hell no. We
You
got
can
to put his
find
little
him.
big ass on
There's
blast.
only a couple hundred interviews up. You can find him.
Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna go through a couple hundred, find his bitch
Well, I
ass.
like you, man. I'm having fun with you.
Hey, man, it's all right,
My
man.
favorite, your favorite show that you've done. I don't know if that was, Kevin Hart. And then the follow up question, least favorite show, because that's where the meat is for me.
Man, my favorite show I did was this year in San
Okay.
Antonio, LOL at the Improv. Man, I it was my birthday. I turned 43 years old,
Okay.
and they brought me out a cake because I was being out on the road. Man, you're not with your family and friends and stuff like that, so you're away. And the people I was on the road with, I bonded with them. They became like great friends with me very quickly, and yeah, they brought me out a cake on stage. I was lit. I was already just drunk and shit and having fun on stage.
Okay.
And everybody in the audience was just so warm and so lovely. We went out to the karaoke after that, and I
Okay.
killed on stage. I felt so relaxed, like I was really just having a conversation with everyone on stage.
Okay.
And I headlined at the club that I never performed in or never auditioned for. And yeah, that was it. That was awesome for me. Yeah,
Okay.
that was better than Kevin Hart or anything else I ever did. Yeah.
Okay. If you have another one, you can do another. If you have a couple favorite
I
shows.
mean, oh yeah, I mean, of course, fucking opening up for Kevin Hart, that was the shit. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. And
my
I
heart was
thought that's
my
shoot.
heart was jumping. I took a Red Bull before I went up on stage, bro. I was energetic as hell. I was like going
That's
crazy.
cool.
Body movement was just I was extra. And I went backstage and hollered at Kev and his manager and just thanked them for the opportunity, man, and just told them
But
because
and we kind of skipped over. Was he nice to you?
yeah, he was nice. He was very
Okay.
nice.
Cool.
And I didn't give him a chance to be mean because I know that he's Kevin Hart. I know he's a big star, so I'm not going to be all up in his face. I
Yeah.
asked him for a picture. He took a picture with me, and I just thanked him for the opportunity. I told him I'm a big
Yeah.
fan, and that was all. Yeah.
Yeah. I worked in the music business, and um, again, we just met. For people that don't know, we just met, and you don't know anything about me. I don't know anything about you. I like doing them this way because the spontaneity of it. You don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
But it's just I can appreciate where, because I've had some people on where they opened for a big star and they treated them like shit.
I
And
have experienced that too. So nah, that you don't want to meet your heroes. I've heard that a lot of times in comedy, and I've heard my friends they met their heroes and
yeah,
they were assholes. And so you gotta understand like what being a big star is. You know what I mean? To have the
yeah,
scope of what an asshole is, because you they might not be they're not being an asshole. Maybe they cannot communicate with you. You know what I mean?
there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, like when I was with ZZ Top or I was with, Alan Jackson or Cheap Trick or whatever, that the kids don't realize that the bus broke down and the show was shit and the lights were off and, just everything was bad.
Yeah, yeah,
So when the kid comes up, hey, and I'm like, yeah, how you doing? They're just going through the motions, but they don't realize all the shit that went on behind that. It's not really about them
yeah,
being an asshole to that kid as much as they are just pissed off at the whole slew of events that happened that day.
yeah. Exactly. So I
Yeah.
mean, this you don't know what they're going through or what they've been through. Like last year, I performed at Effion Crockett, and he had security with him, and I'm like, well, you got security for it, bro. We just comedians backstage. But after looking at his page, I'm looking like, oh, there was a woman that harassed him at another show on the West Coast, and
Right.
like try to approach the stage, and
Yeah.
like he could have got sued for that. So now he has security with him on the road. So and no, he probably doesn't trust anyone or doesn't want to be too social.
Sure.
He doesn't have to. Like, he's already funny. He's already booked. All he has to do is go on stage, be funny. Some comedians like Corey Holcomb, one of my favorite ones that I mentioned earlier, he just comes to the club. He comes through the back door to the stage, performs, leaves, go right out the back door again to his car and back to the hotel. He doesn't take pictures with the fans. He doesn't,
Yeah.
and he doesn't need to. They got what
Right.
they needed. They got the laughs. They got an
Right.
amazing show from him, and now the show is over.
Yeah.
They're good. Yeah,
Well, it's teach his own.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So
It depends. Some people really enjoy interacting with their fans.
I
Others,
do. I do. I hang out. I
yeah,
take pictures. I'm dancing with you. You know what I mean? Might have a
cool.
drink.
I don't
And
think you
yeah,
dance
oh,
with me.
I, I, you know, if we had a girl in between us, we could dance, man. I'm not.
Now you almost got away with it,
Yeah.
but I want to hear about your least favorite show.
I would like to kind of see you dance, though, man. I wonder.
I did a little shimmy for you. I did a little jiggy
You got,
jank.
you
I
got
got a
that little
little, I
Donald
got a little
Trump dance
something.
right there. You
I got
got
a little
that.
something.
You
Da, da,
got,
da, 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 da.
yeah. There it is. So,
TikTok Scotty T, man. There you go. I don't do TikTok. And hang on, let me just check this. Let me just see there. There you go. Hang on, let me check this other one.
they
There
say
it
after a
is.
certain age, all old white fat men got to dance the same.
Oh, fat
You got to
white.
do that same.
God damn. I keep my feathers numbered for just such an occasion. Who opened the door? It must be a draft.
Oh my gosh,
Must be
man.
going to rain. My corn's heating up. God damn.
Hey man,
Old fat white guy.
we having a good time.
Damn. You got more
Y'all
nerve in
run
a
the world. Old fat white men run the world. You know that,
more nerve in a bum tooth.
right?
Mouth keeps flapping, gonna get your tongue sunburned.
I gotta get fat and white. So
All right, hey, no, goddamn it, let's get back to it. Least
all right, let's
favorite
go.
show. Least favorite show that you've done.
Least favorite show I've done.
In
Woo! I
other
got
words, I want a
one.
shit show. I want something where
Oh,
everything went to hell in a handbasket.
oh, okay. One day. All right. Ooh. Let's see, man. Let's really dig deep.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably not very many of those because you're such a big star.
No, I've been to. Come on, man. I started from the bottom, man, from the mud. This one show, man, I had, man. It was so bad, man. It was in a bar, in a hookah lounge in North Philly, and a place called Cooper's. And
Okay.
man, it was a Wednesday night, no Thursday night, and it paid $50, and no one. I was the only comedian, and no one wanted to listen to it. They were all waiting for karaoke night, which was after the comedy, and the
Okay.
game was playing. The Eagles playing right now up on the screen,
God.
playing the Steelers, and and I'm performing stand up comedy, and and I'm not even that good at it, you know what I mean? And there, there's nobody paying attention, nobody laughing at all. It got so bad, and I got to fulfill my time for this $50. I really needed to pay my Metro PCS cell phone bill. So we're like right before I'm done, I'm like, hey man, look, everybody's looking up at the screen. I say, hey, look, clap it
Were,
up if you want me to
were they
stop.
cheering in between like, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, no, they kind of had that going. They couldn't even enjoy the game because I was talking the whole time. It was bad on both ends, man. It was bad. So I
Okay.
said, yo,
All
clap it up if
right.
you want me to clap it up if you want me to leave. And I got like a standing ovation. Like everybody just, wow, yeah, woo! I was like, okay, thank you
Thank
very
you very much.
much.
I'll be standing at the back door. It'll cost you $5 to get out.
Yes, well, I'll be hanging myself in the back. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we don't have a lot of time left, but I want to wrap it up with a couple other things.
All
You
right.
do a lot of Instagram and Facebook reels.
Yeah.
You know, do you enjoy doing those as much as the stand up, or is the stand up
Oh
like
no,
number
no,
one?
it's all about the stand up, man. The stand up,
Okay.
the Instagram and Facebook reels. I just do that to keep up with the Joneses, you know,
Okay. Yeah.
and let them know about the brand and what kind of comedy I do. So it's a lot of
Okay.
teacher material up there, a lot of teacher memes I throw up there every day,
Yeah.
just to you know what I mean, throw stuff out there for people in education, have a laugh. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
Yeah. You also have
Not,
a stank test.
nothing beats the stage though, bro. Nothing. When you say a what test?
I saw the stank test or whatever it
Oh,
was with the
sanctity.
boys.
Yes, yes. Oh, that was real. That was with me and my kids,
I
man.
know. That's what I love.
Yeah, my son didn't shower that day, man, and we were out to we were celebrating his birthday, man, on the way to Six Flags, and everybody showered except for him, and I got a little whiff, you know
You
what I mean?
got a little whiff.
Yeah, man, he's 11 now, man. He think he
My
still got
son, I remember
baby
my
spin,
mom
man. No, you got
saying,
grown men funk now, man.
I remember my mom saying, "Hey, your son's kicking a little bit. Tell
Yeah,
him to
yeah,
wash his hair."
yeah. He kicking. Oh man, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I ain't hear that in a minute.
Well,
Yeah, my dad used to say that. Kicking.
yeah, he was kicking a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to mention, I want to mention him just because he's responsible for making this happen, and I'm so grateful.
Okay.
Elijah the barber.
Shout out to Elijah the barber, man.
Elijah was
Thank you,
on. I
brother.
don't think he liked me.
Oh, why he ain't like you, man?
No, well,
Did you look
if you
like
watch the beginning, he
that
didn't.
version of older white
In the
version?
beginning, I think he just wanted to leave.
Oh, wow. He's probably
but
not
he
used to the
but
format and
he
stuff,
warmed
man.
up to me, and
All
by the
right.
time it was over, I said, "Can you get me some people?" And you were on the list, and you were one of the first people to get back to me. And I said, "I got to have this
Nice.
man on."
Hey, man, shout out to Elijah Barber, man. He's a great
Yeah,
dude. He also recommended me for a show earlier this year. So I'm going to get him on something,
yeah.
man. Just
Elijah the Barber's cool,
thank him, man.
but I wanted to make sure because we're going to get to your comedy minute, but I wanted to make sure that we cover everything that you have. Again, I will put the links to your Facebook, to your Instagram, to your YouTube channel. I will anything I can do to help you with, spreading the word because the more, like for instance, on your reels and stuff that you do, put them over to YouTube because every little bit helps. Every little, getting more people out to see you.
Okay, all right. Will do. Thanks a lot, man.
Anything that you want to mention to the folks right now that you
Um,
got coming up or anything, and then we'll do your comedy minute and I'll let you
Well,
go.
yeah, just check me out, man. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram because that's where I post everything at.
Right.
Yeah, I got more stuff coming up with Teachers Going Bad next year. We actually filmed a special in March that's going to be off the hook.
Okay.
And be
Yeah,
doing
and you
some
did
other
have, I
stuff.
didn't mention it because I did write down last Teachers Be Like podcast. You going to continue to
Teachers
keep
Be
doing
Like
that?
podcast. So check that out also. We got Teachers Be Like podcast. That's me, myself, and my man Marcus Lamarr, man. Where we up
Yeah.
there, we all talking about crazy teacher stuff that happens in the news or just every day it's always something to post, whether it be a teacher fight, a teacher cutback, a teacher getting arrested. Yeah, there's some things to talk about in education. And we're the real spot, a funny place to go ahead and talk about it all. So yeah, man, check us out. That's Teachers Be Like podcast.
There you
And
go.
also we have the Teachers Be Like live show that happens at Punchline Comedy Club
Okay.
and all of the Punchline Comedy Clubs in the country. So check us out with that right there too, man. If you're in town, Philly, Houston, and Sacramento. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do this and then we'll do your comedy minute just because I love this. I had a teacher on recently and the young kid came up, like 15, 16-year-old kid came up and handed the keyboard and said, "Look, the F button is broken on my keyboard."
Oh.
And the teacher said, "Uck."
I
Just love it. Just love it.
love it,
So
man.
if you ever
Love
get a kid comes up with an F missing on the keyboard, there's your line.
it. That's awesome, man.
I asked him, I said, did the kid get it? He said, no. He said, the kid didn't even get it. Well,
That's
before
so
we go, I'm going to ask you, and then I'll ask your comment. Is yin yin? What is yin yin? I don't know what
Ying
that
Ying.
is.
Oh, Ying Ying is crazy, man. Ying Ying is one day I had my I got this student, man. He in behavioral health, man. He has a lot of energy, like ADHD, and he would
Okay.
hop on the sometimes he'd be off his meds. The meds calm him down, and when he would be off of his meds, he would hop on a chair, and like the chairs that's connected to the desk in the classroom, he would hop on it and like make this like motorcycle sound, like a chainsaw, kind of like ying 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 ying. He would do that on the chair like early in the morning and just bug me every day. Ying ying. And so like one day he challenged me to tell a joke. He was like, "Man, tell a joke. You ain't funny." And so I just made a joke about him. I was like, "Ying ying ying," and
It's great.
yeah, now
That's
it's merchandise.
perfect.
And he doesn't
Perfect sound for a
get any
chainsaw.
proceeds for the merchandise at all. He doesn't
Oh,
get.
is that your merchandise?
Yes, it is. It's some
Okay.
of my
I'm glad I
merchandise
asked
has
about it.
this, and also I have this right here. Pay teachers more money.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, so
cool.
that's some
I
more
have
merch
Your
right there.
Comedy Minute shirt, a hat, a little coffee mug. Hey,
Hey,
top
hey,
heavy.
hey, man, I like it, man. It's all about the marketing, man. It's all about the branding, baby.
All right. Well, you know what time it is, don't you?
Let's do it, man. Let's get this minute
All right.
going.
Let me do a formal introduction.
Okay, let's go.
Lamarr Todd, Your Comedy Minute. Go ahead, my friend.
Oh, well, thank you for having me, Scott. Scott, what's going on? Hey, Scott, check it out, man. Yo, I'm a teacher, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's really rough right now, man, because these kids, man, they stink. You know what I mean? I work with like seventh graders and eighth graders, just the age where you're supposed to find out about personal hygiene, how to take care of
Yeah.
your underarms, your cootie cat and such, your pocketbook, whatever you call it. I ain't supposed to smell it in my classroom just to
Right.
feed my family. And you just can't tell a kid that they stink though. Like the boys, I know how to talk to them, but the girls, like I don't know how to communicate it properly. Like, you know what I mean? But the boys, and I mean, like they ain't no better. Like this one kid, I can't even tell you his real name, but his name is Dirty Malik. Like, I had to speak to him in code. I had to talk to him on the side. I was like, "Listen here, little Dirty Malik. We smelling a whole lot of old spice coming from your right guard. Since you got any secrets, you sure? Oh, to a certain degree. Huh? Anything you want to ask? I ain't trying to get you banned, but I got to be brute. Like, don't you want to be suave? Like a dove? Come on, show some teen spirit. I mean, 39 deodorant, Scott. He still sings to this day, bro.
Oh my God, that was fantastic.
Yeah, man. Hey, thank
Yeah,
you,
I don't
bro.
know. I had a comedian who was talking about 72-hour deodorant.
Yo, so hey, yo,
Who
oh
in
my
the
God.
hell? That's
Yo,
3 days. Three
you gotta
days you
watch
ain't bathing.
3 days. 3 days.
3 days you ain't
Oh,
washing your
man.
ass.
Why we need 72-hour deodorant? That's crazy. You stink.
It sounded like Dirty Malik didn't use that shit in 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's what during the league had that 128 hour deodorant.
Hey man, let me stop the recording so we can talk for a minute off the air. I really had fun.
Like,
Thank you so much for being here.
hey, thanks for having me, man. This is
Well,
about
you know
this.
what? And if you like it, we'll have you back in a little bit. Well, you come back and see me again.
Please do. I got plenty of jokes, man. So
All
keep
right,
hitting me.
cool.
All right.
Let me stop the recording so we can spend a minute off the air.
All right, cool.